What up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And in this video, we're going to talk a little bit about basketball, specifically college basketball, and more specifically, University of Duke Blue Devil basketball. The Duke Blue Devils are probably the most hated team ever in the history of college basketball, and we're going to focus on the most hated Duke Blue Devils in this video. Let's go. Honorable mention, Bobby Hurley. Bobby Hurley, a basketball lifer from New Jersey, was the point guard on the early 90s Duke Blue Devil championship teams. Bobby Hurley was a pest on defense and a really classic point guard on offense. He was a multiplier. He made people better. He was hated because the team was just really good, and his stature kind of made him look like maybe he shouldn't be out there. But he was hated intensely by opponents and fans alike. Bobby Hurley is honorable mention on this list. Number 5, Chris Collins. Chris Collins, another gritty defender, son of a coach. His father, Doug, former NBA player and NBA coach, actually coached Michael Jordan for a little while. Twice. The first time in Jordan's early years with Chicago Bulls. Chris Collins ran his mouth like a WWE wrestler doing a promo on the microphone. You would have thought that this guy averaged 40 points a game. In reality, he averaged 9 points a game, but was still a contributor on some really good teams and a valuable player. Hated by opponents and fans for all the trash talk, Chris Collins is solid at number 5. Number 4, Grayson Allen. Grayson Allen just has that villain-looking face to him, and he probably stepped on more toes, tripped more players, and twisted more ankles than he could count. In All-America as a sophomore, Grayson Allen was an All-America trash talker for all 4 years while he was at Duke. He was hated by everybody that was not his teammate, and that trend has continued in the NBA as he is one of the most hated players in the NBA by everyone that is not a teammate of his. Number 3, Christian Laettner. Christian Laettner wasn't the biggest trash talker. He did talk trash, but the guy was just a jerk. Opponents hated him. Fans hated him. He's just a really unpleasant guy. On the court, he did have talent. 2 times All-American. But he was just not very well liked. Didn't play well with others. And that didn't just stop in college. It extended on to the NBA. Christian Laettner is definitely one of the most hated Dukies of all time. Number 2, J.J. Redick. J.J. Redick, first of all, let's just, call it what it is. He was one of the best college basketball players in Duke history for sure. 2 times All-American, capping off a senior year with a 27 points per game average, 91% career free throw shooter, and 40% career three-point shooter. And J.J. Redick also knew he was very good. J.J. Redick was arrogant. He talked trash. He let you know that he was good. And people hated him for it. And they definitely voiced their opinions in arenas around the country. When watching Duke games when he was playing, you may have heard a chant of F-U J.J. on more than one occasion. And you can insert what the F was in F-U J.J. So J.J. Redick, the hated, definitely number 2 on this list, holding it down. And the number 1 most hated Duke Blue Devil, how could it be anyone else other than the head on the snake, Coach Mike Krzyzewski, known as Coach K. First of all, Coach K was really good at his job. Let's just be real. 5 NCAA titles, 13 Final Fours, 15 conference titles, 3-time Coach of the Year, and 3 Olympic titles as a coach. The man won a little over 1,200 basketball games, over 1,100 of them at Duke University. But he had a menacing scowl that could scare Jason Voorhees or Freddy Krueger. He was just intense as could be. You would have thought that he was out there on the court with the players. It angered other coaches, though they respected him, to the utmost high. Fans definitely didn't like him, and they didn't like his team. But since he is the leader, he has to be the number 1 hated Duke Blue Devil. So it is Coach Mike Krzyzewski, the most hated Duke Blue Devil. And the music playing in the background goes right along with the fact that Mike Krzyzewski instilled fear into his opponents. So, again, number 1, Mike Krzyzewski, the most hated Duke Blue Devil. There's the list. Let me know what you thought. Should there be others on there? Should there be some that removed from the list that we currently have? Can't wait to read your comments and to respond to them. And on that note, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Please think about subscribe, liking, and sharing. Peace.